Hey folks, welcome back to Galactic Civilizations 4. What I'm going to be doing in this episode, which is technically episode 2 of my Drengin series, or Drengin series, is I'm actually going to restart because we are now on version 1.65 on the Insider build. And it's had some significant updates to the game, and I want to play with this new version. So I've been waiting a little while just for this version to come out. And I've also been kind of busy with other stuff, so I apologise at the reduced rate of videos that have been produced for the channel. I'm working 2 jobs technically at the moment, so I just haven't had any spare time. I've not even been playing my Shadow Empire multiplayer game. I've been that busy. So excuse me. So without further ado, I'm not going to mess around talking for too long today. We're just going to get straight into the gameplay. So let's pick the Drengin and hit next. Okay. Yeah, we're going to leave all the Drengin stuff on. You know, I'm not going to mess around with their settings. Now, I'm going to put the Galaxy difficulty on bright. I'm going to leave the game pacing and research rate as normal. Yeah, pretty much everything else I want to keep relatively normal. I might put the civilization proximity on distant. I'm going to leave it on normal. I'm going to have several sectors. Sorry, galaxy side medium. Number of sectors several. I'm going to leave the rest as it is. This game shouldn't be too long, but it shouldn't be too quick either. Advanced settings. I'm disabling tech brokering, but that's basically it. I'm also disabling fog of war in my own territory. Okay, right. What we want to do is let's just get rid of all these random players, and we're just going to put in all the standard characters. There we are. And we'll just leave the weird ones that I created with the alien GPT. Okay, so we've got 17 players. It's recommending 33, and yeah, it's a friend of mine that I've been talking to about this. He recommends about half of what it recommends if you want a game where you've got a bit of space to kind of expand. So that's what I'm going to do with. The game is perfectly good if you play it with the recommended number of players. Just understand that you'll be under each other's feet a little bit earlier on in the game, but it just depends on where you start. So here we go. Let's start the game. I just need to check the game options when I get in because I've been using GalCiv 4 to record some videos for Stardock, and so I've been messing around with some of the settings, including some cheats and that. So just bear with me while I just make sure that I've. Here we go, Drengin Empire. Okay, we read all this before, so I'm not going to go through all that again. I'm just going to go to the game options and just make sure... No, we've not got fast move on and not fast battles. Okay, there we go. That's good. All right, let's see what we got. Okay, this looks like a good start. We're on the edge of the galaxy, which is going to be... Or we're on the edge of the sector, I should say. So yeah, we should be able to defend this. Now, the downside of that is, of course, that you've got, kind of roughly half of the amount of stuff to explore than if you started in the centre, I guess. At least, you can't go off in different directions. You can only go to the east. So, let's set the instigator here. What have we got round? We've got some space junk there. Let's first send our probe out, the DES probe. Now, have we got Kona? Yeah. Now, one thing you'll notice, look, if you see in the tooltip there, Kona actually has 16 farming, or 16 fertility. Ah, actually, is that a bug? That might mean to say fertility, not farming there. I better report that. Anyway, yeah, bear in mind, this is an in-development build. As always, guys, everything is subject to change. There are some new things in this build. You'll notice that the planet, the way that the planets are laid out looks different now. It's much less cluttered, and it just looks neater and kind of nicer. This is one of the features that they've been adding over the last couple of versions, and we're now seeing it in this version. I really like this. I wasn't sure about it at first. If you remember before, you had the planet. You saw the whole planet, and it just looked a lot more cluttered. I do think this trades off a little bit of immersion, I guess, if you feel that it needs to be sort of actually on the planet. Now we've kind of got the ground sort of lifted off, almost like in a board game. But I think this looks a lot neater. And there's yeah, there's been some small changes made. For example, I think you can now build improvements on top of districts. I might be wrong there, but I'm sure I saw that in the changelog. Anyway, so let's get going first. We're going to send out this scout. Let's get this guy going out this direction. See what we can find. Oh, there's another nice planet here. Look. Okay, it's only a class 2. Yeah, so I think you are. You'll notice here that we are actually at a food deficit at the start of the game. Look, well, we're not quite in a deficit, but we will be, and we want to get more food. You are heavily incentivized to go and take Kona at the start of the game, I think, with the Drengin, and I think that is probably what I'm going to do. Now, I say that. Let's just go to. Oh, look! So we've got a recruitment station. Which will give us +2 growth. That's interesting. And it costs 100 treasury. That's very, very cheap. That's an interesting improvement. Feels like a bit of a no-brainer. Yeah, now like Drengi does have, or Drengi does have high pollution to start with the game. To start the game. I'll just have a quick look at our citizens as well. Okay. Yeah, you'll notice they've got quite high resolve. These guys are really good soldiers, so you can take colonies with the Drengin quite quickly. All right. I think the first thing we're going to do is get the industrial centre down. Where do we want it though? This is going to give us manufacturing. We could bang it here in the geothermal springs. Now, whether that would be better than putting it, you know, kind of in the centre and then surrounding it by industrial. For example, that would be if you were to put a manufacturing district there. 12. Then you won't get the +1 on these, but then you'd also lose the shipyard production. I do wonder if that might be a better way of doing this. Rather than going for the... I mean... Putting it straight here, we get the level 3 bonus immediately. But then the most that we can get adjacency-wise, until at least we get some more, you know, terraform. Unless we can terraform these. Oh, we've also got this one here, the vapor mines. Ah, that will be a better one. Look, that's definitely better. Look, so if we put the industrial centre here, this will get the +2 adjacency bonus from the capital city, plus from the volcanic rifts here, and you know we can put some more industrial stuff around here. I think what we'll do is we'll make Drengi our main industrial planet. Yeah, that's going to be +5 at the start. Look, so you'll see manufacturing will go up immediately, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to rush build this. Yeah, look, so we've gone from, what was it, 6.5 or something to 9.8. That was a huge jump. Very, very well worth doing, I think. The next thing we can do is we could put a capital mainframe up on here, and I think that would be that's 3 turns. That would be worth doing. Let's get the instigator to go and check. Yeah, we'll go and check this space junk. And the colony ship. Now, you've got a bit of a choice, right? Because at the start of the game, you've usually got enough control. In fact, Drengin seem to start with a lot of control, look. I think that is because of one of their traits. It is because of one of their traits. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe if we start, we could potentially send a colony ship further out, and then we use the executive order for the draft colonists, and we could send that one over to get the extra food from Kona, because 16 food is pretty good. That's actually fertility, not farming, but that 16 fertility is really high. Now, do we need this amount of food at the start? I don't think we do. Now, I'm usually a fan of trying to grow as much population as quickly as possible. I just want to have a look at the leaders. Okay, he's an expensive leader, look. He's a genius. Completes current technological research when recruited. Okay, that's partly why. And he's a negotiator as well. But he's got very high resolve. I think that's kind of standard across the Drengin. We want somebody in research, and we want somebody... So we want somebody with high intelligence for the Minister of Technology. You usually want that in as quickly as possible, I'd say. That would be this guy here. Now, he's got 20% growth when assigned as a governor. That's really good. Yeah, so he really wants to be a governor, I think. Okay, colonization. Minister of Exploration wants diligence. Yeah, so I mean, what we could do is we could grab this guy, we could put him into the Minister of Exploration at the start of the game. That's going to give us more movement. He's quite expensive though. Or we could get this guy in, Duke Ling. -2 social, but +2 intimidation. He's faithful. Okay. +3% approval, +10%, +10 loyalty, and then -10% research when assigned as a governor. So he doesn't want to be a governor, but we could put him in as a minister. So let's get him in as the Minister of Exploration. It's going to give us +1 moves. I probably should have done that before I moved everyone. Yeah, we're not going to get that extra move now. So yeah, folks, just bear in mind that you probably want to, if you're going to go for that extra move, make sure you do that before you actually move your units that turn. Now, I might be wrong there. It might kick in the next turn. I'm not quite sure there. Let's get... I think I am going to get this colony ship moving out this way. And we're going to try to take advantage of our, of a fast... Trying to get the research... Sorry. We'll see if we can find something here as quickly as possible is what I'm trying to say. And then we will use the... Where are we? Sorry, the executive order to draft colonists. Now, does give you does give you a little bit of a penalty to your approval. It's not huge though. Now that can be quite significant if you're on the threshold of one of the the malices. Let's get this into Kona. Okay, and there's our first colony. All right, so you'll see now that we've actually got +8 food here now in Drengi, and that's really useful. We've only got 2% decay from Kona as well. All right, yes. So now that we've got... How much cash have we got left? We don't want to spend it all, but I do think this seems like a bit of a no-brainer. +2 growth. Yeah, growth per month is 0, look at the moment. So what we want to do is we want to upgrade this one. Okay, now we've got 3.78 growth. So that's pretty cool. So it's saying 17 turns to the next citizen. That's absolutely fine. We could probably retrain this guy. He's a farmer at the moment. We could probably retrain him as a worker just for the time being. His diligence is pretty poor though. Yeah, citizens and default. Okay, so you've got this citizen one now as well. I think that might be new. I don't remember you having that one before. Okay, let's leave him as he is for the time being. And we're going to set our research. Now, if we managed to get a leader in here, we don't have much cash left. That's the only problem with this. But I could get this Pain Lord Dian. Now he wants to be a governor actually, but we could temporarily get him in as the Minister of Technology, and that will give us actually 3 slots. I think I'm going to do that. Yeah, increases research based on the intelligence of the assigned minister and an additional technology slot. So there we go. Look, now we get 3 here. We could improve research districts or improve our sensors. That's going to give increased ship range. This is probably the one to go for here at the start, I'd say. Just because if we do find a colony, if our ships find a colony that we can't quite reach, that'll be kind of frustrating. Let's get a probe up here as well. Now, what's the difference between the scouter and the probe? Nothing, by the looks of it. I think I must have made that one with later technology. How much does that one cost to rush build? Yeah, I'm not going to do that. We don't have enough money. Okay, and then we've got this coerced colonization that we could put in here as our civilization policy. This will reduce our approval significantly though, which is kind of rough. Influence growth and gross income from Heart of the Empire. Now we could actually spend cash, maintenance, +2 maintenance in order to get growth. Now if we drop this down to normal, that gives us 2.92. It's probably cheaper to just drop this down and then use coerced colonization. Our approval goes down to 60, but we're getting 2.92. If we switch that over to reproductive imperative and leave that on medium, you'll see that we're at 65. Yeah, we're actually getting more money the other way around. Mind you, we get more approval here. Now the difference is with that though, look, if you go with coerced colonization and drop it down to normal tax rate, actually you're getting an increase on the manufacturing output, I think. No, you're not. Ah, okay, so this is an interesting choice here. Yeah, I think we'll just go with the extra maintenance. I've seen the AI do this as well. So the other options, of course, are we can reduce our maintenance and get a -1 -1 diplomacy bonus. With Xeno harvesting, we get a -1 diplomacy bonus, but plus 50% gross income. That's also pretty cool. But I do want a fast boost of population if we can, because star bases, by the way, no longer take population, which is really, really interesting. It's an interesting change they've made there. I'm interested to see how that actually does alter the way the early game plays, particularly. Okay, let's get the instigator going to that junk. We're going to get the... Just going to move this probe ship out. What do we got here? Oh, we got an amazing class. Okay, it's a precursor world, this one. Still has massive array of orbiting relics. Now, it's -50% growth, which is a bit of a shame. And a -2 population cap, but plus 12 sensor power. And we got the Aurorus Arboretum. Yeah, that isn't the best planet I've ever seen, but it's not bad. It's definitely better than a kick in the teeth, as we say. Yeah, I think we'll push the turn on again. Okay, let's get this probe moving further in. What do we got? Okay, we got a poor planet there. Yeah, it's interesting. When you click on this, it doesn't always update. I've noticed. What we see, we've actually got 1, 2, and 3. Oh no, that's right. I think that's correct because we've only got 3 populationable, habitable planets. Okay, that makes perfect sense. Okay. We're going to keep going. So I think what we'll do is we're actually going to colonize this Preikupua. What's that? Preikipua. Presipua or Prekipua. Wow, it's a bit of a tongue twister. All right, so we've actually built the capital mainframe now. Let's push our research up. Let us get... Now we've got this prison labour camp. This gives you plus 10 manufacturing per prisoner on the planet. So if you've got anybody who's kind of really dragging your approval down, you can make them a prisoner. You can imprison them, basically. This is part of how the Drengin should play, especially when you start conquering other nations, other aliens, and you start getting, alien citizens. Okay. So what you could do is, if you had a particularly bad, one that's not very good, you could actually just enslave them. So you'll see if you go to imprison. Prisoners don't contribute to your planet, but they also don't affect your planet's approval. Okay. And then you can, actually with the Drengin, you also get plus 10% manufacturing. I think we're just going to go for the manufacturing district to start off with. We've got decent manufacturing on this planet already at the start. So we should be able to get a bit of an industrial powerhouse going relatively early in this game, I think. I'm getting that feeling that you get, when you just start out on a 4X game and you've got, this fog of war ahead of you, but you've had kind of a good start, so you know that you're in for a strong game, but you still don't know exactly what's going on. It's just that kind of that intrigue feeling that you get. I love it. This is why I like playing 4X games so much. Okay. Okay, has also got the ability to put up a recruiting station. I think I'm going to pass for the time being. We do need to keep an eye on the leaders that we can get. I should probably use the telescope to take over here just to see what we've got around one of these other planets or the systems. I wonder if this one's going to be the closest. Yeah, there's not a lot in it. Let's just go for this one here. Okay, we've got some Durantium, but there's no habitable planets here. Okay. So we probably want to be, moving our exploration efforts probably down this way. This looks, I like Durantium, don't get me wrong. And you can get some cool stuff from the space junk too. Okay, but let's get this probe moving on this way. Now, one of the things that's interesting about the probes is they've got a module on them that means that they don't get any... they don't have a range, essentially. They've got unlimited range, which means that you're not limited to... Like the other ships, for example, your colony ships and your fighters, they've only got a specific range that they can go out to until you start researching other techs. Basically, just it's a nice little mechanic, I suspect, that is there to stop you just rushing to the enemy's, area early on in the game and then just kind of taking them. Or from, colonizing right next to the AI, because one thing that I used to do in old 4X games, once I started to game the system a little bit, was I'd find out where the home world of my opponents were, and then I'd rush the colony ships out as close as I could get to them, and then colonize backwards that way, and then just hem them in, and it's just, yeah, too easy. Most modern 4X games now do something about that. Distant Worlds Universe and Distant Worlds 2 are two games that dealt with that situation. And Mass of Orion as well, the original. Our survey ship cautiously approaches the mysterious object, all sensors set to maximal gain. One of the universe's many secrets, perhaps a great danger or valuable treasure, will soon be revealed to us. Okay. What did we get? It will come up in a moment. Let's just get the... let's get a constructor up. We've got our second probe ship. Let's get the probe down this way. I think eventually we want a third probe going up that way, and then we're just going to try to roll back the fog of war as quickly as we can. Now the instigator is also good for researching. Can we upgrade him yet? No, we can't. Here's the event. We followed a distress signal to the area where we found a strange patched together vessel, similar to what pirates use. The aliens inside are a motley variety of species who claim kinship thanks to a parasitic organism they all have. This organism renders them sterile. It requires the injection of new biological life forms at regular intervals to sustain what it calls a culture. The aliens insist that if we deliver a small portion of our crew to them, they'll let us go. Or they'll capture us and take us all. Okay, we can spawn a pirate ship. Or we can increase nihilism and -10 approval. Let's go for the -10 approval. Actually, that will hurt. We'll have to drop our tax rate down, otherwise we're going to end up with drastically dropped output. Let's switch this out for xeno harvesting. There we go. So yeah, I think we'll do that. Now we've lost the growth bonus now, but shouldn't be too much of a problem. We've got people coming in next. We've got citizens coming in the next 5 turns. Okay. Prekipua 1. Yes, let's do it. The former precursor inhabitants left a large array of powerful satellites in orbit of Precipua. We've been able to make use of them to extend both the sensor range of the planet and of the ships that are built here. Okay, so this is a sensor place. Our researchers would like to capture one of these satellites for study, and have assured us that it will not have any damaging effects on the array. A group of navigator scientists has also shown an interest in investigating the satellites. What are your orders? Okay. Focus on the satellites to increase our sensor range. Okay, this is +2 sensor power to all ships and on our worlds. That is really, really good. We can put engines on the satellite and transform them into a starbase. Oh, we can invite scientists to come to research the satellites. Wow. Wow. This is a really, really good decision. I like this. Meaningful decisions, big bonuses. It's one of the things that I was talking about when I was discussing Shadow Empire. That in the Shadow Empire's their version of the cultural tree, essentially, the very first choices that you get to make when you're with the way that you take your kind of government and that, they don't just give you small numbers, they give you big bonuses, and this is what I like to see. I like to see big numbers. Lots. And one of the things that I don't like about the Paradox games is that they often, the grand strategy games, is they're often very like lots and lots of small number in increments. That's fine to some extent. The problem is it doesn't feel that impactful unless you're kind of used to the game and you know how to chart your way through that tree. Anyway, wow, look at this sensor powers. I mean, sensor power is really good. Or do we go for research? We are going to be relying on war as the Drengin, I think. But the research bonus is really important too. I think, look, if I'm power gaming the game, I think research is probably a little bit better. Because 20% research is, like you're researching a fifth faster than everyone else. All other things being equal. So having sense power is nice, but I think I will go for that. Now, you can make up for that by basically just having a few more probes here and there. Okay, we got this probe here. This is the GalCiv system. Yes, it's got that one planet. Okay, we've researched subspace scanning. This has increases our sensory range anyway, and our ship range. Also shows this the subspace streams. What else can we go for here? Armed shuttles gives us 2 free warships. I forget if you have to pay for those or not. You probably do. Now research, let's just go to the tech navigator and we'll go to, where are we? Research districts. Okay. This one doesn't actually give you a flat increase in research. However, it does lead you to technologies that do. It will be, where is it? It's this one here. Weak AI is the first one, I think, that gives you... Yeah, this is the first one that gives you a flat research bonus. But you do get to upgrade your research districts as you go through these quantum computing, computing substrates, and weak AI. So that's a good one to go for. Xeno-industrialization is also good because it enables you to upgrade your manufacturing. We probably don't need to do that until we've got more manufacturing actually up on Drengin here. Yeah, we've just got one more turn, look. This to come out. Yeah, I'm kind of tempted to pay for that, although our net income's kind of slow. Mind you, that is an extra. We'll get as an extra turn. So let's get a research district up on here, a manufacturing district up here as well. We're really pushing manufacturing hard at the start of the game, which is good. So let's go back to our choice here. We are going to get a starbase up pretty soon, so starbase modules might be useful. Now this is going to give us a couple of modules to start off with, plus gives you more range for your starbase. Let's just think about this. This first starbase we're probably going to want to get up, I would have thought, would be a... I've got Illyrium here, look. We've got Illyrium here, Durantium here. Okay, so those are the only strategic resources we can see on the map at the start of the game. Getting an economic base might be useful. The thing is, usually at the start of the game, the economic base is really best for manufacturing until you get more of the research. You get the research modules up. This gives you the Techopod mining unit. Okay, so this is better for the early game, industrialization stuff, I guess. Now, because we've got such good, we've got such a high resource output already, or manufacturing output already on Drengin, I don't know if we need to do that. I might be tempted to actually go and send this off and get this Illyrium here. Or maybe even rush out and go and take that Durantium before somebody else gets it. Yeah, maybe that's what I'm going to do. How long have we got until this comes out? 2 turns. Okay. Yeah, let's go for Starbase modules then. Mind you, it's going to take at least 6 turns for it to get out that far. Subspace streaming would give us extra ship range. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that one while it's cheap. 5 turns for that tech at the start of the game is actually quite good. And you'll see, this is our current range on this is on our flagship. So increasing that range might be quite useful. So I'm going to pick that one. Okay, let's go. Let's see what's down here. Ah, we found the yaw. Not the most friendly of neighbours. Okay, a metallic creature appears on screen, unblinking red sensors staring back at us. The sensor's iris open a bit before narrowing, the creature studying us. Sounds emerge from it, a class of discordant sounds, almost as if it's trying different languages on us to see if we understand anything. We don't. The sensors narrow even further. There's no point communicating with this being now. Okay. So, what, or whatever. So, or fake smile. Sounds like a Drengy thing to do. So, we've got the yaw as neighbours. That's exactly what happened in my last Let's Play. And as you know, these guys aren't very friendly. Wow, look at their industrial output here. Their manufacturing look is 17. Higher than us. They will probably try to get this Durantium because they need... I think it's Durantium they need in order to manufacture new... Is it Durantium or is it... I forget now. I forget whether it's Durantium or whether it's Promethean they need. I think it's Durantium. In order to grow their population, basically, they don't have population growth. They don't use food. They actually have to use. I think it's Durantium. So what we probably want to do is get. We want to get to this before they do, and we'll come back for that Illyrium, I think. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be the best bet. What turn are we on? By the way, you can click this and the dates will turn to the turn number. I prefer the turn number. You might like the date if it's more thematic for you, but for me the turn's kind of useful. We're on turn 7. So we've got this penalty to approval just for a little while. I can't remember how many turns. I think it was 10 turns. And we got it about 4 turns ago. Yeah, so... Yeah, let's keep on with subspace streaming. We'll go for universal translator as soon as we can. In that case, let's get this... Yeah, let's get this this probe out this direction here. Got an event. Okay, we could have actually paid a private corporation 600 treasury for, and you wait 10 months and then you get the universal translator, but we'll just sort this one out ourselves. Honestly, diplomacy with the yaw is not going to be that useful at the start of the game. Now, in the original GalCiv games, or in the lore of the GalCiv games, for any of you who've played the original the other GalCiv series, the Drengin and the yaw did actually have an alliance at one point, and when they were being attacked by the Dreadlords. So there is some kind of lore-based reasons that we could kind of ally with these guys, but we don't want to really. We want to take what they've got. In the lore, the only reason why the Drengin and the yaw actually joined forces was because they were about to get killed by the Dreadlords, basically. Okay, so I think we're going to go for... I'm going to put another constructor out straight away. I think what we'll do is we'll send the first one... We're going to send the first one over here to get this Durantium. Yeah, that's all that's there, isn't it? Yeah, that's all that's there. Let's just get it over there then to where the Durantium is. Now, that might actually be a good place for a culture base. Oh, no, it won't. Culture bases want to be around the planets, don't they now? Okay. Yeah, we'll just leave that as a mining base then. All right. Another event. There's a stealth field in the capsule. This is the DES Instigator with a survey report. We could bring the stealth field on board. Free stealth field ship upgrade. We could get some Illyrium and Thulium, or we could sell it. We haven't got much money. That might be useful. Then again, having a stealth field. Let's get the stealth field on the ship. So, where are we? Instigator. There it is. We should be able to upgrade that one now. I think that will be available. Yeah, I think that actually becomes available as an upgrade if I remember right. Yeah. Yeah, that will once we get the chance to upgrade it, I think the stealth field will become available for it. Okay. Instigator, where are we going to go with him now? Let's just send it out this way. Now, you guys might like to... You might prefer... Oh, there we go. Look, now we've got the upgrade ability. Here we go. Here's the stealth field. So this gives you an evasion, increased evasion. Actually, for the start of the game, I think either the sensor range or the command bridge is good. I think I'm going to go with the command bridge. This is going to give us +1 movement. Okay. Okay, we got that probe down that way. Ah, okay. My bad. Alright, let's send this one. I think this probe can go out this direction. We'll send this one back. Yeah, probably out this way. Okay. So we've got an idle core world here. We've got a thulium extractor. 4 turns. Yeah, let's get that. The sooner we get thulium, the better, I think. The other options would be the prison labour camp. I don't think we've got any really, really bad, very, very unhappy people here. We'll see what comes the next turn when we get our first new colonist. Now we've got enough culture points to increase our culture. Okay, you're doing more research than us. That's a bit scary. And we researched subspace streaming. Okay, guys, I'm going to have to end the episode here anyway because we are about running out of time. Let's go for the universal translator so we can talk to the Yor. And yeah, I'm going to end the episode. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to try to make the episodes a little bit more frequent until I start my new job next week or next 2 weeks. I'm going to be really busy because I'm essentially working 2 jobs and I've got other stuff to do as well. So yeah, the videos are not going to be that frequent. However, after I start my new job and I'm only working 1 job, I should have a little bit more time for the videos again. So yeah, you can expect that'll be the 7th of August. So you can expect the videos frequency to increase a little bit more from kind of like the next week onwards. There won't be much over this weekend, I'm afraid, because I've got stuff on. Okay, guys, I'll catch you next time. Take care.